Greetings from Cybertron. This is Soundcheck here with a review of the Transformers, Power of the Primes and War for Cybertron Siege and Generation Selects Combiner Orthea, made out of the female Autobots Elita 1, Moonracer, Nova Star, Greenlight, and Lancer. Before I show off the full Combiner, because I'm going to have to shift the angles a lot because of the height, I'm going to show off a couple quick things before the full combination. The feet, how to make them. You're going to take a handfoot prime armor piece and one of the Voyager prime armor pieces, combine them like so, and then you got that ankle tilt, and I'll show that off more later, and put it in these port down here. And to combine, you gotta take the port and put it in those tabs going along the sides, and then this little spring-loaded thing covering it so make sure it's locked in. Now with that, I'm going to go ahead, combine the rest of Orthea, and change the height of the camera. And there is Orthea fully combined. The female Autobots are all together in this combined form, and they have a much cooler name than Elita Infinite. And that was my most popular video on this channel. But anywho, I very much like this a bit more than the Elita Infinite. Pretty much things are the same. You still have that same old head. I'll lift the camera up here. Got the same stickers on the chest, the same wings, the same Enigma core in the middle. Autobot stickers on the legs, and you can stick her guns on the thighs. Same upper legs, I should say. And then you got the same left arm because that's Moonracer. But now you have symmetrical arms and symmetrical legs as well, though they have quite different colors going on with them. But I also very much appreciate the color coordination, just the color matching on the hands, matching the limb. Just making that all full out, as opposed to a lot of the other Combiner Wars figures, which were mostly just black. Well, even Power of the not Combiner Wars, Power of the Primes. Dreadwind and Darkwing had very cool colored hands, I will say. Those two also had very nice hands. But these hands are also very nice, very bright. That makes it... I do agree with when people say, like, oh, if a Combiner had some shared colors, that would make it a lot more cohesive when combined, but still be individual, and I completely agree with that. So there is quite a wild variety of colors going on here, but you know what? It is fine. We all know who it is, especially since who each of them are, especially since 4 of them are literally the same mold, just slightly retooled on each of them. But yeah, so you got that. Reviewing articulation. The head can rotate a full 360, and it has a joint that allows it to look all the way up. You're going to get that squirrel, as MGO says. That's the articulation for the head. Thanks to the combiner limbs, you can rotate the arms 360 degrees around on those ratchets. They can bend outward that far, and they've got double jointed elbows thanks to the leg transformation, as well as a bicep swivel. That's not the right one, but you can use that if you want to for a bit. Bicep swivel there, that does the full 360, and like I was saying before, you can use that one if you want to, if that's your preferred joint, though then this whole thing is coming around with you. And it might be, honestly, that is a bit easier to move, but then you can just hide this away if you just do it at that joint. And then the hands, they have the hinge, they have the ball-jointed thumb, and they have 5mm weapon ports in them to put things in. And then the legs, let's get Nova Star moved out a little bit. Oopsie daisy. You have ratcheted hips, so you can get a very, very far back kick and fairly forward kick. Unfortunately, the connection isn't tight, so the rest of the leg will come undone a little bit. But as long as everything's connected, the rest of the leg won't. The rest of the Alita's arm won't move. But thanks to the combiner, you can get a 90-degree bend, as well as, come on, stay tabbed in there, thigh rotation at the knee. And like I said a little earlier, you also have ankle tilt. You can get it to go that far out, so you can get a very widespread, and you can also get foot rotation due to it being a 5mm peg, and with the hand as well. I did forget to mention, you can get hand rotation thanks to it just being a 5mm peg. And that's all of the articulation. Like most of the combiners, you got to be careful making sure they can stand, but I mean, she stands pretty well from what I've experienced so far. You do have to, again, a little fiddling is necessary. I would definitely like these bits to be tabbed in a little more securely when you're posing with the legs, but I mean, you got to make sure there's enough support for those legs for the rest of the body, for sure. If you want to weapon her up, I know on Moonracer and Nova Star's packaging, I believe in the packaging and instructions, it encouraged that you can combine these two guns, putting this port into that hole, that you can combine them to make a slightly larger gun for the combined form, or for anyone really, but like, I guess you can do it for the combined form. I prefer to use the one that came with Lancer, as those are both solid black, and honestly they kind of fit in a little nicer for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, you got a very nice pistol to go for Orthia here, and then you can also grab Dazzle Strike from Greenlight set, and you can give Orthia little flaming sword dagger. You can do whatever you want with various other weapons. You have those main hand ports, but you can also plug things onto those ports there. You've got hand ports there and these ports here as well. So you can throw on a couple extra weapons if you're feeling crazy, or you can take these those tiny guns off and replace them with something else. So you can do some certain things for sure. And of course, you can remove all of these little plastic cover pieces for the Prime Armor and put Prime Masters, Headmasters, Titan Masters, I should say, Matrix 4s, Enigmas, whatever you want in those spots, as well as the ones at the bottom here on the feet. So you can, and as well as the space on her chest, you can stick 7 different Prime Masters on this body without adding any more Prime Armor pieces, of course. But yeah, no. And Orthia has a very interesting name origin, being named after Artemis Orthia. That's the basic gist of Orthia the Combiner. So now for a quick round of size comparisons. Here she is with Legends class Tailgate and Deluxe class Sideswipe, Voyager class Optimus Prime, and Leader class Ultra Magnus. The left out female Autobot teammate Chromia, and I have seen online, before I forget to mention it, I have seen online a couple of people figure out a way to use the Siege Chromia to integrate her onto the chest in some capacity, and I think I might have seen one for the Thrilling 30 Chromia. I don't own the Siege one because I had the Thrilling 30 one, and that was completely fine to me, especially with the differing body types, so I can't test that, and I haven't been able to find the Siege Chromia combination. But yeah, just so you know, that's maybe a possibility for you. Here she is with the first Scramble City styled female combiner, Victorion. And here she is with the challenge mascots, Soundwave and Wheeljack. So there you have the Orthia combiner all together. A couple of different lines you gotta go through to collect and get all of the components. But I think this ends up being a nice set. mostly because all of the female Autobots are now together, especially those two. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy that these characters actually exist as toys. It's amazing. It's great. Again, as I stated in my individual reviews, I wish there were more unique molds among this set. But hey, you know what? Maybe someday in the future we'll have unique molds for all of these characters, and we can just have Orthea be a combiner on the shelf. Just be her own character. You know, that might be good. That might be nice. But if you're interested in the set, you can pick it up. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I think this is a particularly stable combiner after just having handled Victorion again. Yeah, I like the stability here a lot more, and combiners can be a little unstable. But hey, I like it, and if you like it, you can get some yourself. Or one yourself. I don't know if you... I want to know who would assemble an army of Ortheas. If you're that type of person, let me know. I'm going to be very interested to see if you would do that. But that is my review on Orthea. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, if you would like to donate to help support the channel, you can check out the Ko-fi link in the description down below. And as well, you should also check out RDSJ Gaming, where I play through video games with Alyssa, aka The Rational Dove. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.